We'll see where it takes us.
Okay. Sound good, man.
Do you want me to do a formal intro? How do you want to do this? Do you want to talk for a bit to get comfortable?
Sure. But how do you do your intros normally?
Normally, it's like...
You just say like, welcome to Birdcore?
Yeah. Normally I'll go, hello everybody and welcome to episode blank of Birdcore.
So what episode is it?
This is 34.
Just gonna put my phone on like D&D for now.
Okay, that works.
So it doesn't buzz around.
Put my water down. And then I have the sound effects. Yeah, I'll do something like, hello everybody, welcome to episode 34 of Birdcore. And then I'll press the button that plays like the stinger intro.
Okay. Well, I'm ready whenever you are. If you
I'm ready
want to just dive right in and then we just start chatting about stuff, I guess.
We could do that too.
Okay.
Hello everybody. That was too formal. Hey, guys. Welcome to episode 34, Austin Matthews, of Birdcore. Welcome to Birdcore. Oh, sorry, I'm so nervous.
One more time.
Madame, ich will ihre Toilette.
I piss my bed all the time.
You're pissing right now.
Have you been hitting the cream?
This was in the Bible.
My flesh prison needs more inmates.
You're being sold for $14.
Now I might be accidentally baptized next week.
Stupid.
I will inflict you on the sentence. I will inflict on you this... Sorry, I can't read.
I love that stinger. And actually that song that you hear playing in that stinger, I have mentioned this before, but that's Alex McMullen. Oh, gave up his stage name. And I'm wearing his merch right now. Shout out Alex. He's actually going to be a guest next week. But this week, if you're watching, you're going, whoa, that's a different setup. Because it is. Am I being backlit by the sun? Most probably. Is that going to bother me when I'm editing this, making clips? Probably. You'll also notice, wait, there's another human in this shot, in this angle. Yeah, there is. And here's how I'm going to segue the thing about Alex, is because this week I have a guest blood related to Alex. I am very, very pleased to have one of probably my longest active friendship here today to be the guest on Birdcore, and that person is Logan McMullen. Logan, welcome to Birdcore. How are you?
Thank you, Birdcore audience. Thank you, Sam Bird of Birdcore. I'm good. I do also like Alex's intro.
Yeah, it's good.
It's one of my favorite songs of his. Very casual song though.
I feel like, did he take it off Spotify though?
Yeah, I think he did.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think it met the vibe of his songs. Like the songs he releases are more, they're singing songs. You know, and this is the only song he had that had no lyrics. And so, but I'm going to petition for him to re-upload it to Spotify.
I hope so. But if he does, I think I would get a copyright strike. But I have his permission to use it.
Yeah, so you're fine.
But my last two episodes, I've gotten copyright strikes.
From who?
One of them was I played this video off of this AI actress's Instagram, and the music was copyright, I guess.
An AI actress? Was it AI music?
Apparently not. Apparently it was real.
Okay.
Tilly Norwood. You ever heard of her? She's an AI actress.
Is she in any big movies, upcoming movies?
No.
So no, I've never heard of her.
That's fair. And then the other copyright strike, I can't remember. I've just been putting out too much content.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that because the more copyright strikes you get, like it becomes like you might get like small bans on YouTube where you can't post for a month or something like that.
Yeah, well, they were warning me that once this, knock on wood, starts to make money, I wouldn't be able to make money off that episode, I think.
Yeah. I think usually you monetize your videos, and then there's some videos that might not be able to be monetized, but you might still be able to play the music. You just can't. All the revenue from it goes to the artist who made the song.
Okay,
like
yeah.
Taylor Swift does that with all kinds of YouTubers. Anybody that uses her music, she just claims the money, and she's like, all your content, I'm taking the money because my song's in it.
I guess that's why I never see like a real with the Taylor Swift soundtrack to it?
I don't know. I don't know how reels work. I know how YouTube works a little bit, but not even that much.
Yeah.
Like what I said might not be completely accurate.
That's okay. No one's going to fact check you.
So we should have a fact checker.
Who would our fact checker be? I know that our 2 most consistent listeners are Jack and Jules.
They
should be our
they should
fact
fact check us.
Yeah.
But like after the fact, and they come with like a big set of notes of what is wrong with what you just said for the last like 45 minutes.
Dude, if someone did that for last episode, I feel like I'd still be reading through those notes.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't listen to the last episode.
That's okay. I think I got 38 listens total.
I actually listened to the first 10 minutes and then I had to go to work or
Thank
something.
you. I appreciate it.
But I would have listened to the whole thing if I didn't have work.
That's okay. I've said this to my dad at least. I would rather put out 100 episodes than have 100 views.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about this kind of show is the episodes also, they just live and people can come like eventually like one of your episodes could just start doing better or doing well for no reason, just because the algorithm decided to let's surface this video because we think people might like it. So it's not like all is lost. And it's also just for the sake of podcasting. I feel like it's a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I kind of like it. It's also just like, I feel like it's such a good creative outlet for me to just kind of like talk about anything and everything and just talk, period. Like I was telling you earlier today, because we were discussing for this episode, we have like nothing prepared. We have zero prep for this, you and I.
I have 2 notes actually.
Oh, okay. I'm excited to touch on those.
Only 2 bullet points.
That's okay. That's better than me. I have 0. My computer's closed right now. But I was going to say that I kind of just, I hop on this and I start spewing whatever comes to my brain and it just flows. Like before I know it, an episode, I'll be at an hour and we're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm an hour in and I've just been talking.
Well, you should tell me about your solo episodes. Like it's easy, I feel, to have a conversation with somebody because there's somebody to interject. And like when you run out of things, you don't know what to say anymore, then you have somebody else to help you out. How does it go with a solo episode? Do you have things planned for the solo episode more than an episode like this?
Yeah. Usually when, like, I think I've done 3 stints of like restarting Birdcore now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've done maybe 5 or 6, 7 solo episodes in there. And the solo episodes, I kind of almost try to treat like a stand-up set. I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell this story. And I think this is where I'll do a punchline and this is where a joke will come. And then, oh, this is going on in the news. I'll talk about that. Like, you know, something like that. But what helps is having staff producer Sham, who's actually not here right now. Staff producer Sham is modeling right now. She's on a shoot.
Oh,
We miss her.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought she just had something like with her friends today.
Well, maybe she's making friends. But yeah, no. Well, she
probably is.
She's seen her friends later, I think. But yeah, so usually for the solo episodes, recently in the solo episodes I've done, I've ended up just having conversations with Sham, which helps. So it's less of a solo episode. I almost wouldn't even consider it a solo episode at that point.
Yeah.
But if not, if it's really just me, like I think twice I've sat on my couch alone and talked. And the prep I do for that is just, you know, what funny story did I think of?
Do you ever find it like it's almost like journaling? Like you're just speaking and emptying your mind into this microphone?
Probably.
Like, do you ever feel relaxed after the podcast and you felt like you don't have anything else you need to process?
Yeah, especially when I get to like deeper topics.
Yeah.
Because when I'm journaling, if I'm actually putting pen to paper, I'm not trying to write down funny stuff. When I'm doing this, I'm trying to think of funny stuff, but I'll also get into deeper, you know, conversations. Like I think 2 weeks ago, my core of the week was just like wholesome core. And I was just thinking about what am I grateful for? You know, what can I do? And we were having this conversation today of, okay, maybe I hit a road bump in whatever's going on in my life, but here's how I can navigate that. Mm-hmm. And I'm grateful that I'm able to have that thought process. So that is something that I write in the journal.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do feel like this can be journaling. And it's been nice for me to do it weekly recently because it does feel like I'm doing some sort of weekly journal. So yes and no, I guess, is the answer to that.
It's good. I don't know. I think talking about things in general, it just helps you make sense of your thoughts as well. Like sometimes you have a thought and you don't know how to articulate it, but by talking about it, you find like, okay, that's what I was trying to convey. Or this is like, if you have an idea about a topic, if you just leave it in your head, it's hard to, like, you might think it's a great idea until you put it on paper and then you realize, okay, this doesn't make any sense, or maybe I have to expand on this more. And so I feel like, but talking and journaling are two different muscles. Like writing is a completely different experience than speaking to someone, I find.
You have to think it through a bit more.
Yeah. Well, you also have time to think it through. Like when I'm speaking, you're kind of on the spot and you're with somebody and you have to come up with what you're going to say quickly. But when you're writing, it's like I have as much time as I need to explain my thoughts on this paper.
And if you're writing with a pencil, you can erase stuff.
Yeah, you can backtrack.
That's the big part.
Whereas when you're speaking, you can't backtrack
No, if you say it, it's out there.
unless Sam cuts it in the edit afterwards.
Oh, yeah, bro. We've been recording for 45 minutes, but we're only, 10 minutes into this episode. Y'all don't know how much we've said and how much we haven't said.
You'll never know, actually.
Yeah, unless you do.
It's for us to know and for you to find out.
Yeah. Are you a big journaler?
No, but I actually have a journal with me in case I do want to journal. But I really don't take the time to journal as much as I should. I know Alex, I saw him journaling the other day. I think it's like a good, healthy habit.
Mm-hmm.
But I find I'll go for walks or I don't know, I like going to the gym, like things that I do alone to calm myself, but I'm not necessarily gonna sit down and write. I feel like I'm more productive if I'm speaking to someone. And even though I just complimented how great I think journaling is, I don't do it very often.
You had a big meditation wave, I know that.
Yeah, in 2025, I meditated for 20 minutes twice a day for 4 to 6 months straight or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected your mental clarity just going into life every day?
I don't know. I think it helped. It made me realize you don't need to be sitting with your eyes closed to meditate. You can just go about your day and be present without having to sit down and do it. And that's not to say that there's no benefit from sitting down and focusing on your breathing and just kind of eliminating any kind of overthinking by just focusing on one specific thing. That's the point of meditation, I guess, is to just improve your focus and to cut out a lot of the noise. So the purpose is if I'm sit down to meditate, you're supposed to just be focusing on your breathing for 20 minutes straight. Or it doesn't have to be 20 minutes, but whatever time period you choose for yourself. But I realized you can do that every day as well. If you're walking on the street, you can just focus on your feet hitting the ground while you walk. Instead of thinking about that conversation you had 2 weeks ago with that one person and, I wish I didn't say that word that way. The idea is you just take yourself out of your thoughts and into the present moment. And you can do that by walking and focusing on your feet hitting the ground, or you can do it at the gym, just focusing on the weights that you're lifting. And you're supposed to be training a muscle to be able to basically just lock in on your everyday. If I'm having a conversation with you, I'm having a conversation with you, and I'm not on my phone. I'm not checking. I'm not checking all kinds of different things we can check nowadays.
You're not thinking ahead.
Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm not planning ahead. Really,
not dwelling on the past.
Exactly.
You're where your feet are.
Yeah. So I tried that for a while, and every now and then I'll take a moment and just sit in silence and just focus on nothing and just sit there. But definitely haven't sat down to meditate in a little while.
Did it just slip away, or did you actively one day say, I'm not in the mood?
Honestly, I had like a 200-day streak on the Headspace app,
That's really good.
and then I lost it. And I was like, I don't need an app to tell me when to meditate. I've learned, and the streak is it's a way to keep you on the app, and like it's a good thing also to keep a habit. But I kind of figured I'll just meditate when I feel like I need it instead of like just doing it every day.
And I mean, I guess, like you said, you also discovered that it doesn't need to be closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing. That is meditating. Meditating is kind of a loose term.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Meditating, like, because I can meditate on this conversation. Like later today, if I'm meditating on what we said, like technically that's a verb, like meditating on something.
Yeah.
And so when you sit to meditate, it's just you're concentrating. And so these monks in like these temples, they have the ultimate focus, and they just work on focusing and just like getting rid of distractions. Or it's not necessarily getting rid of distractions, but focusing on a certain thing. And by focusing on a certain thing, you get rid of distractions. But the goal is not to get rid of distractions. It's just to center your focus. And as a byproduct, then the distractions fade away. You know, like if I'm focusing on not thinking about anything else, like if I say, don't think about an elephant, you're thinking about an elephant.
I am.
But if I just focus on running on the treadmill, then all of a sudden I'm running on the treadmill. And you naturally kind of just stop worrying about other stuff. So, have you ever tried it?
Meditating?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had Headspace for a little bit, and I did briefly. I kind of go through phases of meditating, actually.
Mm-hmm.
A few nights ago, I tried meditating, and then I fell asleep, so I guess it worked to a certain extent. But I have actively meditated and, closed my eyes and whatnot. But I also find that when I go to a yoga class or a Pilates class, I consider that meditating a lot. Like this morning, we went to a Pilates class, and I was, to a certain extent, I was in, because I feel like my definition of meditating is just getting into a flow state of just being where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
So I felt that way this morning at the class. I feel that way when I'm running the treadmill, when I'm at the gym, when I'm solely focused, even when I'm working, when I'm super locked into an edit. That is a form of meditation, I think, because my brain is just really present.
I agree. There's a lot of, like you can be washing the dishes, and a lot of people find that meditative.
I've literally said doing the dishes is meditative to me. My mom, if you're watching, she's not. She can quote me on that.
Yeah, my dad finds the same thing. He's like, sometimes we finish dinner, and he doesn't even want people to help him. He wants to take all the dishes and do it himself so that he can that's like his time to calm down and just, you don't think about anything else. You're winding down the day. I'm just doing the dishes. And I think a lot of people find that in different things. Like you might be editing your videos, and when you're really concentrated, like that's when everything fades away and you're just doing your thing.
Yeah.
And it's a very nice state of being.
When I'm cutting together a $5 lunch challenge.
Yeah.
That's my my form of meditation. Or we posted a video today, which I showed you, which was finding an orange based on the orange, finding the sweetest orange. And one of the categories was looking at the orange's booty hole, which
that was crazy.
Crazy term. I can't believe we actually posted that.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is CBC going posting this video,
dude. Yeah.
But I guess Street Sense is like its own thing. It's not like, it's technically CBC, but it's not. It's like its own team, and it has its own audience that it's trying to make videos for as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we have, like, I would say we are like a very tight-knit team. And it's like, I feel like when you think of a CBC production team or, CTV production team, any sort of big broadcasting production team, you're like, wow, they must be like 50 people.
Yeah.
But just given the nature of what we do, and because it's all social media forward, we're really like small but mighty team. You know, there's not that many of us.
Yeah.
And it's such a fun, like, man, I took a video of, we were both grinding pretty hard on Thursday, and you had like coding on one computer, stocks on one computer, and on my computer, I'm looking up fart sound effects. You know what I mean? I'm really grateful that like that, because I love the comedy aspect of the entertainment and the job that I do.
Yeah.
You have such a passion for coding and software. Like anytime we have come back, like, okay, so for anyone listening, Logan is visiting me in Toronto right now. And anytime we've come back to my place where he's staying with us, he's opening his computer and he's coding. Like, it's just, you get into your flow state. But it's so nice. You know, what I'm trying to say is like, I'm comparing how grateful I am for what I'm able to do. And like, just thinking about what it is as a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like, from what I understand, a lot of people are having a hard time finding work, and like the job market is difficult depending on what you want to do. Like I graduated in sport media. There is not a big appetite for sport media, you know, employees. People, it's hard to find a full-time job for that kind of thing. So all in all, what I'm trying to say is that I'm just grateful that I get to do what I do.
Well, there's a lot of companies that just don't hire anymore. Like, especially with the new technology, like there's no need for new people, because now people can do much more work with these new tools. And so, but I don't know how that translates to media. Like in sports media, I'm sure you always need a commentator, or you need professionals who follow the sport and know the stats on the players and things like that.
Yeah, you can't really, like, no AI robot, you know.
Yeah, and nobody wants to listen to an AI robot commentating either, or at least today. Maybe, who knows, in the future
I don't know
what's going to happen.
They couldn't do it today, though. You could sniff out AI, like Sidney Crosby scored. You know what I mean? Maybe in the future. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like in entertainment as well, there's such an appetite for just real human content, human production. Like, we have made videos for work, and if, you know, we've used green screen sometimes, and people will be like, oh, that's AI. People have said that this is AI, like, just because of the quality of the audio. It's very good audio. Like, I have a good soundboard that I use, and people have been like, that's AI. It's insane, man. I saw a video. Kai Cenat did a commercial for, what was it for? Nike or Kai Cenat? He did like a karate. What was it? Kai Cenat karate. Kai Cenat. This is what I need staff producer Sham to look it up. Oh, for Beats. It's for Beats. He did a commercial for Beats, and he was like basically like Karate Kid, like all that stuff, like crazy VFX and crazy animations. And he was live reacting to the commercial. And you know how you have the chat?
Yeah.
People were like, AI, AI, AI. Like, AI, people are... Bro, it's VFX.
Yeah.
It's CGI. That's stuff that's been around for like making movies and making commercials. And people are like, no, it's actually artificial intelligence.
Well, people also say AI as if it hasn't been around for many years. Like like I think the newest form of AI is like ChatGPT, where you can go and ask questions and stuff. But this is like VFX in general. You can consider that like that's a computer generated. Like, the purpose of that is to generate things with a computer in order to like augment your efforts. And it's already been around for 10 years. And so, or more, 20 years. And people are now, it's because it's getting so advanced, and this new, like the ChatGPT breakthrough. And now I guess people are very skeptical also. They want to make sure that what they're watching is not AI generated.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll go on YouTube, like a couple times I go on YouTube and you watch a video, and I get halfway through the video and I realize, wow, like this is made by a computer, and the guy speaking is not real. And the comments are like, they're like, bro, I just watched this like 16-minute video only to find out that this wasn't even made by a person. Like, this was made by a computer that who knows who the person responsible for that was. And I think people, they don't want to believe that this thing that's entertaining them is AI. So I think that's kind of a challenging, it's almost like a moral dilemma, because they don't want, it's like so easy to do things with a computer now. Like my entire degree is being automated away, and it would be ridiculous of me to write code myself now instead of making a computer do it. Like there's no reason why I shouldn't work with AI to help me do my job. It's, if anything, it's putting me at a disadvantage
To not?
to not do it. And it's almost like I need to swallow my pride and just let the computer let it do its thing and just work with it, and I'll become like a million times more effective. But I don't know, did you watch that interview of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon on Joe Rogan?
I saw clips of it. Like, I didn't watch the full thing, but Ben Affleck was like, I was like, wow, I don't know this guy was that like well-informed and smart.
Well, he was talking about how he thinks that AI will not replace writers in movies and things like that. And he made a lot of big claims and big points also. And he's probably the most well-informed person to make these kinds of claims, because he's been in the movie business for
Literally
so long.
Since he was like early 20s.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see how this affects media is basically what I'm trying to get at. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't think anything's, they think like people will want human content. But I think these computers are going to be able to do such amazing things, and they're going to set the bar so high for animation, let's say, that it's going to be hard to not get involved. And like, especially for writers or for movie producers, it's going to be hard not to participate. I feel it's going to be like this allure where if you might have this like fear of missing out, or fear of not making your movie powerful enough. That's my take, I guess.
Do you think that you have that perspective on it because it's helped you with your craft, and you figure like other industries will just end up figuring that out as well?
Well, I think like the leaps that, like the unbelievable progress, like it's hard for me to even put to words how powerful these tools are that I can use now. And if it's only beginning with writing code, but we're seeing now that like you can generate 20-minute videos with a script and with actors and with audio, and obviously like some people really don't want to watch that, and I don't really want to watch that stuff, but I just think it's going to affect the industry and every industry. And this isn't like a unique take either. Like plenty of people have said these things. For the listeners, Sam and I went on a tour of the CBC Olympics operation, and there was a moment where somebody was mentioning that there's a lot of manual intervention for camera guys and for editors. Like, let's say they're filming a puck drop and they don't know when the puck's actually going to drop. There needs to be manual intervention in order, like, somebody to be there to watch when to start the cameras, when the game is actually starting. Whereas I think in the future, it'll be easy to automate that kind of thing and have just like an idle camera just ready to send a signal to the broadcasters that like, okay, puck's dropping right now and we're beginning right now, instead of having people intervene. But I think it's going to be a while until it gets into these industries. Like CBC is a very old company, and I'm sure they have all kinds of ways that they do things. So it might take a while.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen while I'm there. I want to keep my job.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, ideally. First, AI couldn't do Birdcore. It's also not my job.
I hope not.
Yeah. Okay. You had mentioned, first of all, are you hot right now? Are you?
Yeah, this
I'm getting cooked.
Toronto sun cooking right through the windows.
We might just, and I have all the blinds. We might just have to live with it for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
If you're good with that. Just like sweat beating down our face.
It's okay. The audience doesn't know the temperature of this room right now.
Bro, but if they did, they would not want to be in here.
No.
I'm going to need to change. Like, we showered after our Pilates class, an hour and a half ago. I'm going to have to change again and maybe give myself a wipe down. You know what I'm saying? But first, I'm going to have a sip of water because you inspired me.
Bruh. You want some Jimmy John's? Oh my God, no way.
I'm using that as a sort of transition. Also, you thought that was me on that.
Well, I thought you were the what duh sound effect.
What the?
What duh?
In that last one?
Yeah.
I ain't.
Yeah, well, you ain't.
I ain't. Logan, what 2 points do you have? And your computer keeps going dim, and I keep seeing you reach over and undim it. But
It's like a habit.
I would love to know what notes you came into this episode with.
Okay, well, I think the first bullet point is a good talking point. We were talking about this yesterday and maybe the day before. And it was about how, because especially my brain, maybe Sam's too, I feel like I have so many references to weird memes and just really weird inside jokes. And I guess I'm wondering, like, if half of my brain wasn't full of memes, how much more would I be able to achieve in life? Like if every time someone mentioned 6'7" or any other kind of meme, it kind of just like it triggers this like thought or this, like, how many of those do you walk through all day long and think, what if I didn't know what 6'7" was? Like, would my brain occupy that part of my memory with like philosophy or something that might lead to me living a better life? Or like, how much memes occupying my mind is actually really bad for my health?
Well, do you think that there's actually like a circumference of your memory that can be limited? Or do you think that you have to push one thing out of your memory for something else to come in? Or do you think that there's a place for everything?
I don't know. Like,
because you could know 6'7" and you could know about Aristotle.
I guess you could, like, but would I know more about Aristotle if I didn't know what 6'7" was, is what I'm saying.
Damn.
And maybe we'll never know. And it's just something I have to live with. And it's like, how many of those memories do you have? So many random, like, super specific memories that are just
Memes
or like weird things that happened in your childhood, or just like a weird interaction you had with someone one time that made you cringe, and you can think about it and you can't believe that happened.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of memes, like, my soundboard is a good example.
Yeah.
It's just farts, vine boom, bruh, what the hell, glass shattering, who wants some chimichangas? But I like that stuff.
Yeah.
To me, that's a form of like comedy and entertainment. And not saying I'm going to go around town and, 6'7"ing and all those things. But yeah, I guess there are certain situations where I look back, I'm like, I can't believe. I mean, I guess in terms of looking back on cringy stuff that occupies my brain, maybe a few I can think about. I think I crapped my pants at my 4th birthday party. So
So you have that ingrained.
I think about that, bro. I still remember the feeling.
Was I there?
I hope so, probably.
Which birthday party was this?
4. So you should have been there.
Were you hiding it? You must have been like, you were like, I need to leave the room right now.
Well, I was outside running up a hill, and then someone else was running down the hill.
Which hill?
On my first house when we used to live on the same street. Yeah.
But which hill?
Doxed. That's fine.
Yo, cut that.
Yo, cut that, kid. Cut that.
Yo, Sham, cut that.
Cut that. Bro, I edit these. Even what?
Yo, Sam, cut that.
Yeah. Even Jack 2 weeks ago on the call was like, I wish producer Sham would edit this way and edit that way. I'm like, bro, I'd be the one putting this into Premiere Pro every night. Like, when I finish recording these, I edit right away, and it takes up all my like time. and brain power. I listen back to these on 2 times speed at least 3 times before I post because I'm like,
3 times.
Yeah.
You're just like making sure nothing's wrong.
I'm like, did I cut that out? Did I cut that out? And then I'll go like version 2. Oh, I should cut this out too.
yeah.
Yeah. But to answer, I guess, I don't even remember what your question was really.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
We were talking
about memes.
Yeah, but
Okay, this brings me to a question I have about like how many times are you on Instagram or you're on Twitter or you're on YouTube and something gets recommended to you and it's not something you chose to have recommended to you, but all of a sudden you like
I was trying to time that.
okay. But all of a sudden you just like you have a snapshot or a visual, like a memory of that thumbnail for that YouTube video or that thumbnail for that Instagram reel. And these are things that were just shown to you and you didn't choose that I want to see this. And so that's kind of my bigger question is like, how often are you given something and all of a sudden it occupies a part of your mind that you didn't want to see or you didn't want to know? Like all these news headlines about wars and tragedies, and not that you don't want to be informed on these things, but maybe you just want to have a picnic and you were on the internet for some reason and all of a sudden you're reading about a horrific atrocity that happened on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, that's okay. Now I'm understanding it now. I think that's kind of the give and take with just being online and having social media. Like for example, Twitter, for example, or X, whatever you want to call it. I don't use it anymore because I was seeing stuff that I'm like, wow, I really didn't want to see this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff on Instagram or TikTok, I have my feeds pretty filtered in a way where I really only see what I want to see, but I also can't help but open the comments sometimes, and I'm like, wow, these people are saying terrible things about some guy posted a picture of his haircut, and someone comments, when does he do cancellations? Like, man, that's so mean for no reason. So, and it's times like that where I'm just like, I'm reading through that, and then I'm like, I don't know, maybe this TMI, bro. I'm just like in the bathroom and I'm reading that. I'm like, what am I doing right now?
Yeah, well, there are some moments sometimes I'm like, this is so weird when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on this device that's just like I'm reading about other people's haircuts.
Yeah.
Or other people are commenting on this dude's haircut of some random dude. I don't even know where he lives. I don't know where. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you have that moment of clarity and you're like, wow, swipe.
Next.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a good reel.
That's funny. Swipe. Oh, man, that's awful. Swipe. Yo, 6'7".
Yeah.
Crazy. Swipe. Bro, I've had books that I haven't read because I'm just on my phone instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then coupling that with like the advancement of technology and what we were just talking about earlier is like, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
When Ryan says we're cooked, does he got a point?
I think it's spooky times a little bit. I think hopefully, like I'm referring more to our situation in Canada. I'm hoping that long term, everything that's going on today will be like gasoline to the fire for the future of Canada, for us to like remove. I don't know why like we're getting into this topic.
It's fine, dude. We just see where this flows.
Like all the world trade stuff that's going on with the States, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wonder if long term this will be beneficial for Canada to like it. There's actually businesses like people going out of business across Canada. But I wonder if like it'll just force us to innovate and start to think differently and work on different problems and diversify our economy away from the US. And I think it's going to sting for a while, and maybe who knows what, like I've already seen, like we've been seeing effects of what's going on, but I guess I wonder maybe it'll be a good thing long term. But it just sucks. I mean, it's good for us, I guess, for our generation, because we'll start to work towards new objectives. But for people who, like the older population, who's worked their whole lives in corporations that have like deep connections with the US, and those are being severed now, and all these people that don't have like 40 years ahead of them to plan a new alternative and a new way of doing things. So it's kind of spooky for them, I think, more than us.
Spooky for people who don't have as much time?
Yeah, because like we have time to figure out how we're going to make money and how we're going to pivot away from the US or build up Canada or something. But a lot of these people have spent their whole lives like doing trade with the US or exporting products to the US or importing products from the US, and all of a sudden like they can't do that anymore. And
because they just rely on that will be like
or these farmers
Yeah.
and these steel and like steel miners, and I don't know if you mine steel. Do you mine? Can
I
you
couldn't
mine
tell
steel?
you. Jack, fact check that for us.
Or do you mine like?
You could look it up, yeah.
Okay, one second.
Staff producer Sham would have been on it too. Can you mine steel? Can you?
Like maybe steel is made, not mined. Okay.
Bro.
You mine iron ore. I felt like I learned that in Minecraft.
You used to be a Minecraft wizard, man. I remember you were playing Minecraft when my mom told me that our dog died. I think I've told you this. We're at your house.
What did I say?
You were like, that's crazy, bro. Look at this house. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what she said. I don't remember what she said, but I remember where I was. I got the call. Hello? Hi, Sam. It's me and your dad. What's up? Jasmine died. Oh. Oh, that's awful. Just now? Yeah. You gotta see this house Logan is building right now.
You're kidding.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna have to censor that out. I didn't mean to swear. Man, I didn't want to have to edit this.
You just put a little beep.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I have like a hospital monitor sound downloaded, like beep,
the
beep, beep.
The EKG monitor?
Yeah, I actually got to timestamp that. What is that? 43? 43. Sensor at 43. Man, I really didn't mean to swear. Sensor at 43. All right, cool. Sham, want to write that down.
And you're demonetized.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
And I'm copyright.
And you're finished, buddy. That's 3 strikes. You're banned from YouTube.
That's fine. Wait. Would I actually be banned? For 3 strikes?
I don't know. To be honest, you'll have to look into it.
How have you been enjoying your Toronto trip? I know you've been here a few times. You were telling me you like the city.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Toronto is a very cool place. And I think it gets a lot of hate. I don't know if it gets a lot of hate, but I know Montrealers don't quite like Toronto. It's very different than Montreal. But quite honestly, I like it here. I don't know if I'd like, I don't know where I'd want to live in Toronto if I did though. But like, I like your area. You live in a very quiet neighborhood, but we have this crazy view of the CN Tower right now.
Yeah.
And
the sun.
I like the idea of being in quiet places outside of like a big city. Because I find like most people, I don't sleep well with loud noises. So the fact that you can be in the city still, but have some quiet is an appealing thing to me.
Good, I'm glad.
But yeah, my trip's been great.
It's been really
Thanks
cold.
for accommodating me.
Hey, you're very welcome.
I'm this couch I'm sitting on is also my bed to the audience.
Yeah.
Last night I slept pretty well. The night before I didn't sleep a wink because we had too much coffee.
We probably had respectively 800 milligrams of caffeine, which is, I think, Alexa, how much caffeine should a 200-pound, 26-year-old male have on average in a day? No more than... Alexa, stop. Please.
Alexa,
No.
come on.
Yeah.
Enough.
She's going to respond now that you said that. No more than 400 milligrams a day. So, yeah, that's probably why I didn't sleep good.
Oh, yeah, man. I was tweaking. Like, genuinely, like, my eyes twitching.
Yeah. We had the coffee shakes going into our class today, too. And all we had eaten this morning was fruit.
Yeah.
You had some oats, but
I had this oats that you bought me, so that was nice.
I had an
And
apple.
I gave you one spoonful.
I just wanted one. I didn't want a bunch.
But I was pleasantly surprised by this Pilates class.
Yeah.
Like, not that, obviously, I knew it was going to be difficult, but by the end of it, I just wanted to lie down. I could not stand up anymore.
You fell over.
Yeah, I fell over on Sam's mat and was just kind of, I just assumed the fetal position and just cried for my mom.
Bro, when you fell, I was like, oh, great, he fainted, and it's my responsibility to take care of him now in the middle of this class.
Did you think I really fainted?
For a split second, I was like, oh my God, he fainted. We have to stop. And the instructor
Stop the class.
No, literally. And the instructor is going, pulse, 10, 9. And I'm like, I'm going to have to tell her to stop because Logan just fainted. And she,
Stop the
7. Yeah.
Call the ambulance.
Yeah, 2 more. And Logan's hyperventilating in the back. Yeah. Yeah. No, great class though. Going back tomorrow morning. Not for that class.
Yeah, it was also the most expensive class I've ever taken.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's a beautiful place. And I can see why people would pay that much to go there.
Shout out Solus.
Shout out Solus. Thank you for the pleasant experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that studio. That just reminded me, Logan. So this show is, we don't have any sponsors, but every week I, say, oh, this show is sponsored by, Apple. Like an actual Apple, not Apple the company. Maybe that was a bad example. This show is sponsored by...
And your copyright claimed.
Yeah. Oh, great. So can you tell us a sponsor that we had this week?
Sponsor
Take it.
is,
It has to be like, it can't be a real company. Don't say real company.
Can't be this real company here?
Oh. Actually, yeah. I don't know. Can I? Yeah. Yeah, that's a tricky...
Okay. No, it's okay.
It's a tricky one.
It's okay.
But
We're
let's talk about that company.
this company here.
Yeah. Tell me about that company.
So my mom and I started a furniture store online, and it's on my laptop here. I don't know if the audience can see it at all. It's called Lori Yap Home. So my mom's name is Lori Yap, and she has a design company, interior design, called Lori Yap Design. So we started a furniture company called Lori Yap Home, and we've been working on it pretty hard. And that's actually why I'm in Toronto, because we went to a trade show in Toronto, and then I came to visit Sam afterwards. But yeah, if you guys want if you guys have any furniture needs, head on over.
We love Lori Yap Home.
Yeah.
Lori Yap has known me since I was 2.
Yeah. So now for our unofficial sponsors.
Yeah, now for our unofficial sponsor.
I would like to thank Bananas. Bananas has been a huge sponsor in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of potassium, and genuinely appreciative for Bananas.
Apparently good for debloating too. I'm seeing that on Mog Talk.
I don't know, but that's good to know for the future. So I'll drink all night, and then in the morning, wake up, have a banana, I'll be good.
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we're probably losing a bunch of salt right now just from sweating because of the sun, dude.
Well, I do like the sauna. So
You do, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been in sauna in a minute. I guess, no, the class this morning was kind of like a sauna, though. Lowest of keys. Yeah, I want to get back to a sauna. You had a second talking point, did you not?
Yeah, but I think it'll bore your listeners, to be honest. So I'm not sure if we should bring it up.
Really?
Okay, but now I feel like we have to. It's inflation, guys. I think we should talk about how expensive groceries are.
Well, okay, so here's what I would like you to do.
Yeah.
You can tie in how expensive groceries are to inflation, and you can dumb it down for me
Okay.
and for the audience in layman's terms.
Okay.
I would like you to explain because it might help me make better choices at No Frills. That's a grocery store here. Do you have that in Montreal?
No, but I've been. I think I've been, but I haven't been. They don't have it in Montreal. They have Giant Tiger in Montreal.
Mm.
Do they have that here?
I think so.
Okay.
Onwards.
Cool. But I think inflation is not a good thing. And if you noticed, you can go to the store and buy a water bottle, and most water bottles won't be under $1, and they used to be well under $1. And I actually saw this picture of my grandmother, who
Shout out Gamma.
different grandmother,
Sorry, I turned my mic down. Shout out other grandma.
but she had a picture. She was like taking pictures in the 50s or 60s in a grocery store, and it had Campbell's soup like on a stand, and it was like 3 Campbell soups for like 29 cents.
Really?
And now it's like $3.50 for a can of soup.
Dude, yeah, you'd see one for $3.29.
Yeah. And so that's just a couple examples. And so like when our parents were growing up, you could buy a house for like pennies. Not actually pennies, but
Is 6 cents good?
yeah. And they're like, wow, that's a good offer. And I think I'm somewhat worried about ever owning a house. I think we're going to be fine, but I think there's a lot of people that won't be fine. And so that ties back into our conversation of like, would you live in Toronto? And the answer is yes, but it might not be the best financial choice in this day and age to live in Toronto.
Would you ever consider renting forever?
Yeah. I was thinking about that lately, because if I just rented forever and then just invested normally in other things, like I might do way better than a new homeowner. But the difference is then you don't own a house. And I'm thinking about Jules right now because he's a new homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a trade-off. And it's nice to be able to own your house and be able to paint your walls and not have to go ask your landlord, hey, can I paint these walls a certain color?
I've sent that actual text.
And like raise your kids in a place that's like, this is home. This is our home. We're
that's a
not
good
like the landlord can't just one day decide, okay, I'm going to sell this whole unit, or I don't know, somebody else is giving me a better price. So in 6 months, I'm going to give it to them. So I think those are the kinds of things you kind of do need to be concerned about. But yeah, do you have any thoughts?
I mean, I rent now. I'm good renting now. That is a good point, though, about like, you know, what happens if the landlord's like, yeah, you guys got to get out now. Then I'm like, where do I go? You know, if you have like a 4-month-old, what is your plan?
Yeah.
So that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think like that far ahead. Other times I'm just kind of.
You're present.
I'm present.
Yeah, as you should be.
I'd like to own a home. You know, my brother has told me, he's like, you know, when you have a kid, don't raise them in an apartment.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to be stuck in their room all day. They're going to be confined to like that space. It's all they're going to know. You know, we grew up in a house with a few different floors. We would chill in the basement, but then we'd chill, you know, in our room. Then, I'm going to go chill in, you know, my sister's room and hang out with her. So all those things definitely come into play, but I don't think that right now I'm thinking, well, of course, like you know, financially I'm thinking about that, obviously, but you know, I'm taking one day at a time kind of thing because the world is ever changing. You know what I'm saying?
It's true, man.
And that's just life.
I
Life
think
is Roblox.
Life is Roblox, and I think you just got to roll with the punches.
Dude,
But those are my 2 talking points.
those are
It
good talking
was
points.
memes and inflation.
Yeah, I've enjoyed those talking points.
Good.
Every week, I have one talking point that I ask a guest or myself. And I ask that guest towards the end of the show, what is your core of the week? Seeing as we're Birdcore, I figured, actually, I think it was my brother who really inspired it. It's like, what's your theme? What's the theme of Birdcore? I'm like, oh, well, it's, this and that. But I would like to have a core of the week. So every week, we talk about what our core of the week is. It could be your core belief. It could be a core value. It could be a core feeling. Just whatever your core of the week is, the week that passed or the week that's coming up. What is it? So I would love to know what yours is.
I think my core of the week, so I'm going to reintegrate into Montreal and just focus on just relaxing, I think. And relaxing, but also kind of locking into work. And just make it a super productive week. My core next week is productivity, let's say.
Ooh, that's
Productivity and with a hint of chill.
Nice.
And that's it.
A few weeks ago, our guest Kirby, his core of the week was relaxation core. I thought you were actually going to say relaxation core for a second, which would have been funny.
Little revisiting.
Yeah, that's called a callback. Okay, that's a great core. I'm trying to think of what my core of the week is. Right now, I can only think about how much I'm sweating.
So I think
Sweat
your
core.
core is the AC core.
AC core. No, but you know what? I have been really good with my fitness lately and my eating, except for yesterday at work when we did a fast food cookie challenge and we ate chocolate chip cookies from different fast food places. But, you have to have some sort of cheat meal just to keep yourself sane. But I would say my core of the week recently has been fitness core because I've just felt very fit in my core.
Nice.
So I'd say, yeah, fitness core has been mine, and I'm going to try to carry that into next week. And I think last night when we were running on the treadmill and we were like moving on the treadmill, I was like, man, this feels great. There's no better feeling than like going super hard in the gym or in whatever exercise it is. I encourage anyone listening to just go move your body. Do something.
I agree.
Do a push-up right now.
Right now.
Do a push-up right now,
And film
Jack.
it, and post it in the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're still watching, if you've made it this deep into the episode, I want you to do one push-up and then text me that you did a push-up. That way I'll know how many people listen all the way through. I'm expecting a text from Jack and Jules and probably Kit as well.
Maybe Brandon.
Maybe Brando. My dad. Yeah, probably other people too. But
Your CBC colleagues.
Yep. Yeah. Look, Logan, that's all I have. I say that as if I prepped anything, but I mean, we're almost an hour in now. I don't know if there's anything else you would like to say to the world before we wrap up here.
I'd like to leave on the note that I think Sunday is actually the first day of the week, and I think that's actually a fact. So when you think Monday is the first day of the week, it's not. It's Sunday, but the weekend is technically Sunday is the beginning of the week. Like Friday and Saturday is actually the end of the week, and then Sunday is a new week. But you wouldn't know that because we've been working on the Monday grind. Just know that I know, and now you know.
Sounds good to me. Logan, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Hammer.
Of course.
Bruh.